What is up? Welcome back, or if it is your first time here, thank you so much for checking out the channel, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and in today's episode, I've got the 5 top tips for obtaining huge amounts of capital gold in your weekend raids. I kid you not, if you follow these 5 tips, you are going to be crushing it out there. And speaking of raids, today's episode is brought to you by the subscribe button. That's right, it doesn't cost you anything. You could just click on it, you can turn on notifications and help out the channel. What an easy way. You thought I was gonna say something else there? You skipped forward in the video because you thought it was gonna be about that other game? No. I would never do that. There's no reason to skip through the video. Not because I'm gonna talk about some other game or because I'm gonna talk about something else you've heard about 1,000 times before, but maybe you forgot. Maybe you let that 7-day creator code expire, you went to make a purchase and you didn't support your favorite or second favorite or 9th favorite creator. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything. Just make sure it's active there. If you can, use a creator code. All of the creators appreciate it. My favorite code is Galadon. Okay, well, let's move on and talk about these 5 amazing tips because they are amazing. And I decided that we would kind of get these tips to you through cringe-worthy acronyms. Why not, right? So let's bring some acronyms that will make most of you cringe as we talk about the 5 top tips to huge capital gold in Clash of Clans raid weekends. So getting right into it, tip number 1, I like to call dad. Not because I am one, but because it works really well. That's right, dual archer deployments. Dropping 2 sets of archers at a time nearby multiple defenses can extend the lives of the archers, as oftentimes the defenses will not be able to fire on both groups at once. This is a strategy I see used again and again and again, especially by Tribe and other pro teams. This is going to get you deeper into the bases and help you wipe out more defenses per unit deployed. Now, the second tip I like to refer to as Woofs. This second acronym translates to watch out, obviously falling stuff. This refers to the multiple defenses in the clan capital and the other districts that will fire high into the air and take a few seconds before they land. Multi-mortars are just one. The clan capital, of course, is another. You need to watch out, and that means deploy carefully. Be patient before you drop that next set of troops. Let everything that's in the air fall and hit the ground before you drop more archers. Otherwise, you could end up wasting an entire camp of archers on some stuff that is still falling from the sky. Tip and acronym number 3 is one that I have spoken about for many, many years. And if you've watched my videos, you know about STAP. That is right, spell timing and placement, although in weekend capital raids, it's more about placement than timing because, of course, your spells last for the entire raid, so it doesn't matter when you drop them as much as where you drop them. Put them out there in front of your troops. Anticipate where they are headed, and you will get maximum value out of your own spells. Now, of course, that leads directly to our 4th acronym, which is Utes. And special shout out to channel sponsor Brian, who appreciates this one. Use the earlier spells, that's right, because not only do your spells last the entire raid, any spells dropped by a previous attacker in the prior raid only will last for the duration of your raid as well. Plan on that. Use that, especially if you are attacking at the same district more than once. You can tailor your strategy to take advantage of that fact, maybe even stacking heals on rage. It all can make a huge difference in how much capital gold you take home at the end of the raid. Now, this 5th and final tip is a critical one. Unfortunately, I could not come up with a good acronym for it. This strategy has to do with using the right troops for the right defenses. I like to say, bring in the correct help. Again, no acronym, but it means if you've got a ton of air targeting defenses, avoid bringing air troops. If there's only ground targeting defenses remaining, let's go. Minions and balloons will wipe everything out. Watch for that imbalance, especially late in raids, and alter your army accordingly. There have been times where I could bring just one airborne troop and wipe out the rest of an entire base that had already been attacked, due to the earlier attack wiping out all of the air targeting defenses. Usually that has to do with poor base design as well, but watch for it, use it, exploit it, and you will maximize your capital gold. So we've been watching some attacks from my main account during this past raid weekend. You'll notice that I have maxed out raid medals. That's because I have really no way of getting rid of them because I can't buy any potions, and my resources are usually fully maxed out as well, especially when we buy packages, every single package that shows up in the shop every single week. All right, so this weekend, I did not set out to set some all-time record in capital gold. In fact, my first raid was barely over 1,000 capital gold. After that first raid though, we started to have some good raids fall into place using the 5 tips. You'll notice dual archer deployment, right? You see it going down right here, and we got through 3 defenses right there where normally 2 camps of archers would only get through 2 defenses. Those are huge differences right there. Now that's bad luck, and you do have to watch out for the traps, and you never know where they're going to be on a base that has been altered from its default. Here we were just about to run out of time, but as this one wraps up, we pick up another huge one, almost 5,000 capital gold in one raid, and we are not maxed out. We are nowhere near Capital Hall level 9. Here's another raid that just annihilated. Now you'll notice the army is pretty consistent. I do my best to bring in the correct help, but usually that only means altering the number of battle rams, dependent upon how many walls we think we need to get through. A lot of these smaller enclosures don't need to be crushed open. We don't need to worry about that. Bring more camps of archers because, again, they are probably the strongest troop in all of capital raiding as of right now. They are great against ground and air because of that invisibility as soon as you drop them. Just watch out for the traps, and again, try to drop them as close to the defenses as possible. That's a tip we've talked about in previous episodes that we didn't put as one of the tips today. You want to maximize the time that they are invisible and attacking. That is huge. If they have to travel a long ways to get to their target, they're wasting valuable invis time. Now you'll notice that this is a raid that was done in Tribe Gaming by one of my alt accounts, and I'm showing this one because it turns out, despite the mistakes being made by dropping too many troops at once and losing barbarians to crushers, here I pick up more capital gold in one raid than I have anywhere, anytime, on any account. And of course, a big part of this is the fact that Tribe Gaming is a Capital Hall 9. And that means they are facing much tougher bases. Higher level defenses are worth more capital gold when destroyed. And of course, we have bigger armies over here in Tribe than we do in use code Galadon, which is in turn facing higher defenses and using larger armies than the just Galadon clan. So it does vary completely. But okay, this raid was so clutch. 5,050 capital gold, and that was literally, okay, I have to show you this. Watch the timer as we show the replay. 3 minutes precisely. I was down to less than a second left in this raid in order to pick up that final victory. We needed that. We picked it up, and just, oh man, it was exciting. Now, of course, just when you think you are an absolute rock star, somebody else comes along, and this name you might be familiar with in Tribe Gaming. I always pronounce it wrong, but Cyan has been crushing it week after week after week. And if you want to, make sure you go back and check out that episode that talks about how he does it. Because Cyan and Galadon this week both kind of, well, I'll admit, we cherry picked. And what I mean is, if you have multiple accounts, you can use some attacks from certain accounts to clear trash buildings to get a base set up for a massive gold take, because obviously not every attack is going to grab those valuable defenses, which are worth a lot more capital gold than, say, the houses. A lot of those houses are worth like 15 capital gold, where a defense is worth several hundred. That is where you're going to grab the big bucks. And again, it doesn't matter, it all goes to the same place. So if you're trying to cherry pick, it's best to do it when you have multiple accounts in a clan. Otherwise, you're probably going to tick off some of your fellow clan members if they see you intentionally avoiding, say, the high damage bases if it's at 96, 98% and you don't want to attack it because you want more capital gold. Remember, it all goes to the same place. Cyan, Galadon, we have 4, 5, 6 accounts in one clan. We can cherry pick without really putting anybody else at a disadvantage. Cyan had over 30,000 capital gold this past raid weekend. I was happy with my 22k in use code Galadon, but it obviously pales in comparison. The good news is the strategies that I shared in today's episode will help you maximize that number in your own clan. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you tried them, if you thought of an acronym. Thank you, Galafam, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You know you are the true hashtag Galafam. That is why I love, think about, and appreciate every single one of you every single day. So get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full text.
Galadon, you know what I always say? It's better to be caught cherry picking than to be caught nose picking.